What is up, everybody? As you can see, I look like absolute shit right now. I look horrible. And I did get one question while I was doing the live promotion on the Instagram. Yeah, they asked me, how was the workout with Ronnie? That was the first question I'm going to answer today. How was my workout with Ronnie? Well, I'll tell you this much. It was fucking just grueling. Truly, absolutely, just amazingly grueling. Before we completely get started, Cody, if I ever have any technical difficulties, make sure you let me know and all that stuff. I will get the Skype machine going too, so you can call in just momentarily. So yeah, how am I today? Comes from They O Gabby Show Snyder. How am I today? I'm fucking tired, man. I'm fucking tired. Remember, guys, if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, which is at the bottom there, patreon.com/HeyROB, just, you know, I encourage you to sign up because you can become a Skype caller. There's drumsticks. There's all kinds of stuff. Right now, I'm going to get my friend Cody on, who's been signed up to the Skype call list, and he's going to get to ask me these questions live and in person. So we'll get him on here shortly, but actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's get him on now. Cody, you ready to go? You get to ask me these questions right now in person, sort of. So let's get Cody on right now. Get my headphones in, and let's get this party started. Hell yeah. What is up, Cody, my man? How you doing?
What's up, Robert?
You know, exhausted hanging out with an old friend today. So it's that time again. Fan Mail Monday. Fire away. What do you got for me?
I can tell you're exhausted. On the Instagram video, I looked at you like, holy crap, is he even alive?
Barely. That was really rough, man. I ain't gonna lie, dude. That was tough, man. It was definitely one of the harder things I've ever done as far as it relates to you know, staying fit and all that kind of stuff, man. 31 fucking miles in the Vegas heat. This was following the Insanity workout. If you guys haven't seen the DVDs, Insanity workout for a whole hour. Then he made me fucking run on the treadmill, which was another like 300 calories. And then we rode 300 fucking, or well, felt like it, but 31 miles in the Vegas heat. It was grueling, to say the least. You know?
God, here I've been bitching about the heat we've been having out here out in Vegas. It must be absolutely horrendous.
I'd probably be cold there. But anyways, let's fire away so we can get to the other ones on the chat there. So what's your question? I'll give you two.
Yeah, I was about to say I have two questions today. So one is for my mother. The first one, when you are working out and you are in the mood to listen to your own music, Escape the Fate music, what are the top 5 songs on that Escape the Fate workout playlist?
Well, first of all, that doesn't happen unless we just finish recording the album, because you got to understand, I listen to this shit hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. I can't do it because I have to do it. You know what I mean? But when it comes to those times and I get a little nostalgic and stuff, I'll honestly say that it tends to be Dying Is Your Latest Fashion songs, because we don't really play those songs a lot. You know, it's obviously Ronnie performed those songs, and it's part of the legacy of Escape the Fate, absolutely, and one that we respect and we do our best with. But, you know, obviously we have a whole career with just Craig, so as much as we love that and appreciate it, you know, everyone that's ever been a part of the band, you know, it's a little separate, so we don't really play those songs. So if I ever do want to just listen to Escape the Fate, it will be more some of those songs, especially the deeper cuts, maybe like Cellar Door or Chariot of Fire and stuff like that, because, you know, like I said, it's to those that much, or I don't have to listen to those, so I'll play it once in a while. And, you know, when it's the other stuff, I dig into the self-titled a little more, and I'll listen to G3, The Aftermath, and I'll listen to what else? Fucking, it's tough, man. Prepare Your Weapon. I just think that's one of Craig's best.
That's one of my favorites.
Dude, I think that's one of Craig's best vocal performances ever. Like from the quiet part, the bridge, that finger tapping guitar thing out. Just, you know, he told me what inspired him to sing that way, and he goes, "Dude, I was listening to Michael Jackson on the way over to the studio, and I had to rip it up." So there you go. And so
okay,
I'd say probably, I think that's there's 4, maybe also. I do throw on Hate Me though, even though that's where we have obviously been performing more than the other ones. I'll throw on Hate Me once in a while, but it's harder lately. That time period of my life is tied to some stuff I'd rather move away from, so not as much, but it would probably be Breaking Me Down.
That's off of the album. Breaking Me Down is an amazing song.
That's crazy. So what is your next question?
Next question, I said, comes from my mother. Let Me Be is her favorite song of all time, like hands down, even before Bon Jovi and the Beatles, who she is an absolute fanatic over. She loves the way Craig sounds, and that song, when she can be in the middle of crying her eyes out, I'll just take these headphones, put them on her ears, and turn on that song. She'll start singing along.
That's
the question
amazing.
is, in an interview you guys had, you guys actually mentioned Let Me Be was kind of a last-second addition that almost didn't make it onto the album. I'm curious why exactly it was such a last-second addition and what your personal opinion of my mother's favorite love song is.
Truthfully, I love that song. Everybody in the band loves that song. It's just we were working on so many other songs, and we were pretty much almost done recording, like entirely, and then that song was written, and it was like, fuck, dude, we gotta do this one. This one's too good. We went back and forth just a little bit, not too much, because we ended up loving it. But we went back and forth just on the fact that it wasn't necessarily like a ballad. We've never shied away from ballads. That's something that we are into, right? But the thing is it was a different type. It sounded kind of like indie and hipster. So it was like, this one's a little bit of the stretch. And then Howard goes, "You guys got to add a fucking guitar solo to this. This is you guys. Keep it real, you know. If you add that, then that's you. It's Craig's voice, a guitar solo, and you know, it fits in with everything else." And it does. And that guitar solo was a game changer to me. And you know, we might actually have some plans for that song yet. I know we've been in the midst of making a new album. We're going to do a different tour. We haven't talked about when this album will come out, if it ever does, nothing like that. But Let Me Be is going to have some life still. And you might be surprised how much actually it might be this whole other evolution of that song. And I can't say 100%, but I'm letting you know there are some things in the works for that song, man. It's crazy,
well,
right?
Fingers crossed, because not this tour, but next tour you guys do, my mother is going to come along. She's going to tough it out and finally get to meet you guys.
Yo.
And I'll make her night.
No, it's awesome. You tell your mom I said, and make sure you say, just tell your mom I said, sup. I'm just kidding. Anyway, all right,
she
dude.
loves you. She loves you. So.
They usually do. But hey, man, good chatting with you. Remember, we'll be going on Patreon, and we can do this again. So I'll see you back there in a little bit. But keep interacting with the other fans on the chat.
Of course.
We'll see you, dude.
Later.
So there you go. That was Cody. Again, for those of you guys that are just kind of joining in and stuff, maybe you've seen them on the Twitter and you've clicked here and there. If you're not part of the Patreon community, become part of it. You know, like I've told them, I've been compiling lots of footage again. Look at this shit. Look at this. Boom. Vintage ETF tapes. That's right. I got tons of them. Right here, this was my first. Nope, that wasn't the first show. This, however, was the first show I ever did. It's on this tape. First show I ever did with fucking. Well, you're not gonna see what's on that tape because it just fucking broke. Yeah, this tape right here. This tape. So the first show I ever did was Escape to Fate. Before it was Escape to Fate, true story. And this was our first all ages show right here. And this was Let me see. Oh, this was the first show as Escape the Fate right there. And dude, yeah. If you're not part of the Patreon community, go sign up. Patreon.com/HeyROB. I've started to upload some of these onto the hard drive, and I'm going to be sharing with those. Once in a while, I'll give a couple out to everyone on YouTube. But the problem with YouTube is you start dealing with copyright stuff, even on some of these old ones, you know. So Patreon allows me to do that because everything's unlisted, and so we'll be on Patreon, and you get to see what's on all these fucking awesome tapes, and there's some good stuff, man. I was talking to Ronnie about it the other day, and we're just getting chills remembering. I'm hoping to bring him on here one of these days, and I'll post one of these, and we'll talk about it. But if you're not part of that Patreon community, head over there, patreon.com/HeyROB. After this, we're going to do this for a while longer. We'll head over there, and we'll do extended. We could do it all night if we want. So there you go. Let's hit up some of this chat a little bit before we get Shaylee. Are you good to go today, Shaylee? Hopefully, because you've been trying to get on here for a while, but you never see. Yeah, see, it says you're offline. What are you doing? Get online. Oh man, get online, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? I want you on here. I'll reach into the Twitter to find it. Jay Joey asks, "Are you friends with Ronnie?" Yes, I am friends with Ronnie. We spent literally the whole day together today. So, you know, it's a tumultuous relationship. It goes up and down. We have a child together that is our first album in our memories. And, you know, yeah, some days we bicker a little bit here and there, but it comes with the territory. But I think today, you know, it was really nice to not just have, you know, a time where we sit down and we talk about old memories. We created new memories today, and we found common ground, and that's our love for fitness and this crazy mental thing of says, no, we can't quit. We can't fucking quit. Like, we're both the same way in that regard. And so it was awesome to kind of get to hang out with them. You know what I mean? And for Matter More, I'll be doing them only on here. You know, this is something that we're going to be doing exclusively on YouTube and on Patreon. So, not going to be doing on Instagram for a while. Let me see. Billy K asks, favorite ETF music video versus least favorite. My favorites, it's got to be Ungrateful. I mean, at that time, that message took on a bigger meaning in that video. If you haven't seen it, it's like, it's a bullying type thing. And my perspective, and I know Yoeli's been wanting me to be, you know, hear some of my political views. I don't really want to share too much of that because that's a discussion that you need to really have at length with your friends and stuff. You can't just throw it out in public like that because at some point you'll look like an idiot, and I just don't want to do that. But there's certain things that we do get passionate about, and whenever I start to think about what side I want to take on things and all that, I always look at myself. Before I cast stones, before I point the finger at anyone else, I always look at myself. So while you take the Ungrateful video and it on the surface, it looks like it's an anti-bullying video, right? But really, if you observe it, it's a cycle. And it becomes more than just, you know, fucking, oh, you know, he's getting picked on and that's a bad thing. No, it's like you picked on him and he picked on you. And that person picked on him, and that person picked on him, and then this person picked on the fucking first person. It's just fucking cycle that just kind of, it goes around. Everyone's fucking guilty of it. So you kind of got to look at yourself and say, how do I stop? Instead of just casting stones at everyone else that you've seen do it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of sort of the idea behind it, and I love it. It was executed beautifully. It's really brutal. We didn't want to sugarcoat anything. We didn't want anything soft. We wanted to really be fucking brutal and upfront, because that's how you, sometimes you got to do that to really get your message across, you know. The least favorite video, it's crazy because at the time at the time it was amazing for a young 20-year-old, but I hate the 10 Miles Wide video. I regret it. I hate that, you know, we did that. It's just not who I am. I don't like that, but again, I was a young 20-year-old man, and it was exciting to take part in something that was super just, you know, fucking out there, I guess. But I would never do that again. That's just not something that I'm proud of. So yeah, it is what it is. Kind of wish I could undo it, but can't. You got to learn from it. And let's see. Oh, we got you on, Shaylee. So again, if you guys want to become part of the show and you want to call in, like Miss Shaylee is about to do, and it still says you're fucking offline. Oh man. So okay, I don't know where you are. Oh, they both say you're offline. Well, I'm gonna give this one a call, and hopefully you answer. But if you guys want to be a Skype caller and be part of the show and stuff and all that, head over to patreon.com, you know, and I hope to hear from you guys. Let me see. Oh, there you are. Oh, there she was. You're at Huck Finn restaurant? Is that your work or something? Wait, Melissa, you're leaving. Where you going? Don't leave. I don't like that. Okay, so Mikey JDXX asks, what's the craziest shit that has ever happened to you guys on tour? Oh man, Josh and I were going over that a while ago, and oh man, there's been some crazy shows. Shaylee, do we have you?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of doing something, so I think it just.
All right, well then let's make it quick. You don't want to be on video today?
No, because I just got out of work.
Oh, so then you look good because you went out in public and stuff, right?
After working like a 10-hour shift? Nah, not really.
I just worked out for fucking 10 hours, dude. I look horrible, so, you know. Anyway, so what do you got for me today? I'm glad you finally came back on because you've had a couple weeks where there was something going on with your Skype. So what's going on? What do you want to know today?
I don't know. I really don't have any questions.
Well, what the fuck? Then you should you should have called in. Whatever. It's all good though. But listen,
I had a question earlier and then I completely forgot it.
Oh Lord.
Like something popped into my head.
Oh man. It is what it is. Get it together. I'm still here. You can message me on the Skype when you get it together.
I guess a lot of my questions kind of revolve around like being on tour with somebody who has an addiction. It's always a heavier time.
No, that's fine because like that's what this is all about. It's a platform. We don't like to hide anything here, you know, and unless that's my political views, but there's reasons for that. But when it comes to that type of stuff, I don't like to shy away from it. And I know you've probably been wanting to ask kind of something like that for a while, and this so far has been fun. But this is cool though. I like this. So for me, you know, being on the road with someone who has an addiction it's honestly fucking horrible. I absolutely hate it. And since, you know, I've separated myself from that, life's way better. Now, the band as a whole, as a business, as an entity, as, you know, the fan base and things like that, it's gone up, it's gone down. We've had good songs that get us to play on certain size stages. We've had an absence of those songs that get us on smaller stages, smaller shows, bigger shows, ginormous festivals, fucking 5 people at shows. We've been through it all. But even at its lowest, when we're stressing about money or when, you know, something's not reacting, we're not getting the fans we want, when that's happening, I'm still so much happier now than I ever have been having to deal with someone who's an addict. Now, I've said it in the past that love is much more like it's about putting in work and it's about being loyal to someone, and it's not necessarily just about like having feelings and, you know, getting butterflies and liking someone, being attracted to someone. No, love is about enduring, you know, you're wanting you're wanting to do good for someone despite those kinds of weaknesses. However, with that said, it's like, it's not to say that, you know, you have to completely just forget about your own happiness, and sometimes you just gotta let it go, and you have to worry about yourself. You have to love yourself sometimes, and I'm glad I did enough to finally separate myself, and it's, you know, it's been great without it. Being with it, it's day to day. You don't know. You're literally scared that you're gonna wake up with dude, he's not breathing. He's not fucking breathing. You know, I'm scared of that shit every day. I'm scared of the people that come around. I'm scared of you don't know who the fuck's there. Everything's sketchy. You just don't know. That kind of shit just fuck it. You can't. I had a nervous breakdown because of it. Because every day you're living on fucking edge. You're on pins and needles, just wondering what the fuck's gonna happen. You know, and it's just not something that I would want to really be part of ever again. You know, but you know, sometimes they're your friends, and you gotta deal with it. It was definitely a chore, to say the least. Right.
And then that being said, do you still talk? I mean, obviously you still talk to Ronnie. Do you talk to Max at all?
Listen, I love Max. I don't talk to him much. Again, like I was saying, it's like, it's not that I don't love the guy. It's just that I don't. It's just
there's a history. It's a hard history to get over.
It's we're better not together. You know what I mean? And sometimes with Ronnie, we're like, although I hung out with him today, is a lot of times it is good for us to not be around each other. Let's like sometimes my family, you know, even with church and stuff, they'll tell you sometimes like sometimes you can love someone, but you need to separate yourself from them because it's like. Yeah. That space can just make you see all the bad things, and I don't talk to him really. I don't not talk to him. It's just, you know, we're just in different places now.
In that segment, like we don't talk, but like you're kind of there.
If he were to text me and call me right now, I'd answer it. You know, we're good, but I just you know,
no, it's at the point where it's like I don't like. I mean, we don't talk every day, but like if you need me, I'm there.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like that. Like,
sort of.
I'm not going to, but if you need me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm always there for him. I do pray for him. I do always hope he does well, and I don't want anything bad from him. So it's not like I'm sitting here going, fuck Max. Absolutely not. He knows that. And we're friends, and I would tell him this, and I have no problem with this being online for him to see. You know, because he knows that that is very stressful to deal with that. But he knows I love him, and obviously Ronnie knows I love him. Ronnie will be the first to tell you, dude, it was hell being with an addict. Like, he'll be the first guy to tell you that. And so it's kind of, you know, it gets weird, you know. But yeah, I do love him. If he texts me, I'll still answer and say, what's up, man, you know. But like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's cool. We're just in different places of our lives. So to really answer your question, do I talk to him still? It's like, you know, not really, but it's not that I'm trying not to. It's just that, you know, we got different things going on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, thanks, Shaylee, again for calling in. Got a little heavy there for a second, but I appreciate it, man. If you're around later and you're ready to go, I'm gonna be back on the Patreon a little later, and we could go a little more in depth with this too, if you want, and really get into fucking drugs. You know. Alrighty,
it's always a solid topic to talk about.
Oh yeah, I could go on all day, and I probably will. All right, dude, good talking with you. Hope to hear from you later too. Peace.
All right.
So there you go, getting a little serious for a minute. And Mike asked, have any will towards Monte? No ill will. I don't harbor that kind of thing. I'm good. Like I hope the best for everyone. I want to make sure everyone's doing good because we built a life together and we all love each other. It's just it is difficult. It's relationships, and as you grow older, you appreciate what you did together, and you sometimes wish you could undo the mistakes you made, but we learn from them and we move on, and we hope for the best for each other. There's never any hard feelings with anybody, you know, and that's just how it works. And Joey asked an interesting question before, but now he asks, do you ever listen to Falling in Reverse? I do, not that often though, because it's not that I don't like them, but it's that I'm an old school guy. I typically like old metal bands and just listen to the fucking Beatles, and I like usually stuff that was recorded before computers were invented. So, you know, I don't listen to too much modern music. It's not that I have anything against it. It's just that my ears tend to always want to lean towards what seems like if I were to pick a pattern, it'd probably be older type of music. That's just how I roll. Maybe it's because I'm a drummer and I like to hear drums that are unedited and real, you know. Can't really say, but it is what it is. But I do like them. I do think they're good. I was shown something today, and I think it's amazing. Buck Wooten asks, favorite tour you been on? Wow. Shit, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's been a couple that I really enjoyed. I really liked touring with... I really liked doing our tour that we did with fucking, like... I mean, the Bury the Hatchet tour was amazing. For a lot of reasons. It felt like we kind of... It got this chance to play Dying Is Your Latest Fashion, and even though we only played a little bit because each band had to do their own thing, but it was nice to have so many fans appreciate the legacy of what, you know, Ronnie became with Falling in Reverse, and appreciate what we did together, and appreciate Escape the Fate as a standalone without Ronnie. So it's like we got put those all together, and those shows were big and they were really fun, and everything was just awesome. You know, there was some struggles, but overall I really enjoyed it. Just as an artist, it was awesome, and as a fan of, you know, my own band, it was like really fucking cool to experience. And I really enjoyed the tour that we did. Well, I don't know. Warped Tour 09 was pretty fucking sick, dude. That tour was amazing. I loved it. We were young, you know. It was just overall awesome. There was some rough moments, as always, but overall it was really great, really great. Let me see. Cameron asks, is it true you guys weren't on good terms with Falling in Reverse during the Bury the Hatchet in Australia? Yeah, that's pretty true. It wasn't anything too big. It was just kind of one of those things where it's like a little bickering business type thing, and it was nothing big, like where we would hate each other. It was just like bickering, you know, and it is what it is. It wasn't a big deal though. Let me see. So Morgan Meggs asks, hey Rob, I saw an episode of Bus Invaders a while back and just went back to it to make sure I'm not crazy. Do you still terrorize Craig, Thrasher, and TJ, etc. with your BO and stinky clown shoes? Well, I don't got stinky clown shoes. I mean, if I did, it was a long time ago, because it was these certain red ones. It's not so much me. It's just my fucking clothes, dude, because I sweat so much. Like, I'm always sweating because I'm either working out or a sound check, because playing drums makes you sweat. The show, that makes you sweat. And then you end up, it's like you got two options. You got, okay, I could continue to change the new outfit, and within 2 days, I'm done with clothes, and I don't know if I got time to go wash them, because on tour, and things aren't that easy. And you would think, well, you get someone to go take it or do this or that. No, because you can't trust that, because if it's not done on time, and the fucking laundromat closes, or this person doesn't get back on time, and you got to leave to another city, then you're fucked, and you just have no clothes at all. So it's like, yeah, you make that choice, as 99% of artists do. They wear the same thing on stage every day. I had to make that choice, and I do that. Most bands have a wardrobe case, but in winter sometimes you got nowhere to put these fucking sweaty clothes, and after a couple of days it gets really gnarly. I don't know. I'm hoping I can find a solution this tour, but sorry, it is what it is. Now, I myself am not necessarily a stinky guy, but the clothes, they have my stench, and I hate it. You know, but I do shower every day, most days. Let me see. Which member of Escape the Fate get on your nerves? All of them at some point get on my nerves. All of them. But I also love all of them. It just goes back and forth. Yoeli, are you ready to do this? You ready to get on this shit? I'm gonna add you on the Skype. Get ready. Here we go. You're on next. Oh shit, wait a second. Boom, there it goes. And again, if you guys want to be a part of this, sign up over on the Patreon. You know, you get drumsticks, you get to be in the Skype, and Yoeli's already won the first grand prize of the first month.
Hello?
You there? What's up?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Uh-oh, here we go. It's always a mystery with you, Allie, because you never know. Sometimes she's all dolled up. Sometimes she's chilling. You just never know what you're gonna get.
And actually, this time you're not gonna get anything because I can't be on camera right now.
Why is that?
I've just been at home cleaning. So.
Oh Lord, it's all good. Yo, you're freaking. Was that your husband we talked to last time?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good looking man right there. Just so you know.
Oh, thank you.
But anyways, I mean, I'm no homo. I don't roll like that myself. But you know, you could. When it's there, it's there. You could see it. So, anyways, your question is, and again, if you guys want to take part in this, you know, head over to the Patreon and take part. And we're gonna go live after this and do an extended version, so we can keep this party going for a while. Probably gonna get real serious if we can get Shaylee back on. So, anyways, your question, Yoali.
I have a few actually. I don't know how many we can get to, but I'll ask you a couple. So, will you guys keep playing Situations? You know, as a huge fan of the band, it's a very classic song with a lot of nostalgia in it. And it really like brings you back. Every time you guys play that song, it really brings you back to being a 15-year-old girl, you know?
Yeah.
In love with you guys.
Yeah, I know. It always takes me back to being a 15-year-old girl.
Oh, well, that's extra special for you then.
Exactly. Will we play it anymore and stuff, or continue to play it? It's tough to say because we kind of voted on retiring it and stuff. Just, you know, and I've spoken with Ronnie, and you got to realize these songs, they all have such personal and intense meaning to them. And even a fun song like Situations, like the place where it comes from and all that good stuff, it's like you have to, I don't know, you have to kind of like, it's not that we're trying to disrespect, you know, Ronnie at all or any past members by playing it. That's obviously not the case. It's because we love the song and we want to be, you know, be honoring the legacy of the whole band. But, you know, with that said, it's just kind of like, it's like, yo, that's my song, man. It's like, you guys shouldn't be playing it. So it goes both ways, and some days I lean more one way, some days I lean more another way. But we'll see going forward. You know what I mean? I can't say 100% either way, but, you know, with respects, we probably won't be playing it at all. So, you know what I mean? So sorry to disappoint some old school fans, but it probably won't happen, you know. So there you go.
Okay. Yeah, well, I completely makes sense. I mean, at some point, you kind of just have to just move forward with the new stuff.
Yeah.
But it was great that you guys still played it for such a long time and still pay respect to that era, which was so defining for you guys.
Yeah, and it gets, you know, it gets crazy, man. It does, and it's hard. This band has such a weird legacy, you know, obviously. So it happens. It really does. But what can we do? You know, take it a day at a time. But yeah, I still love that song. I still love that album. I'm still feel honored to be a part of it, especially because it had so much impact on different people's lives. But we have to respect each other and everyone else's opinion on that legacy and what's the best way to honor it. And if, you know, people are uncomfortable, we have to take that into consideration.
Yeah, of course.
So one more from you.
One more. Okay. So, you know, there's a lot of bands like Papa Roach, 30 Seconds to Mars, and Linkin Park that they have drastically changed their sound over the last few years, especially the last couple of albums. Do you think you guys will ever make a move like that?
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if we already have or haven't. The thing about our band is that we're so diverse in every single song. You know what I mean? That it's like you can't really tell, you know, like one song to the next. You're like, you ask any fan, they'll be like, well, yeah, dude, they're fucking awesome. They're heavy. And then they'll hear another song and they're like, it's not heavy. And this song sucks. And then you ask another person, they're like, yeah, Ashley's my favorite song. And it's like, it just makes no sense, really. And you ask any fan, they're like, I like their old shit. It was heavier. When? Like, there's like one song on every album that's heavy. And then it's like, I don't know, it goes back and forth. So we've tried different stuff. We've tried, you know, music with lots of programming. We've tried just raw music. We've tried ballads. We've tried everything. It just really depends on how we feel and what we think sounds good that day. That's just how it is. I can't tell you that we're going to purposely go and try to achieve any type of distinct sound. To me, it's one song at a time and then one album at a time. You know, it's never like, this is how we're going to do it. Because it changes. Like, you go in with this vision. Like with this album, I started really composing a bunch of orchestral shit. I was fucking, dude, I got some fucking gnarly Beethoven stuff. And so in my head, fuck yeah, this whole album is just going to be all fucking just big ass symphony shit with guitar solos. Fuck yeah. And then that turns into just like, well, I'm not really feeling that. And, you know, we need some just like hard rock. This coming from the other guys. And it's like, what? Fuck you. You know? And then it's just, that's the type of band it is. It's so many different opinions. And you have to appreciate everyone's vision. So it is what it is. All right, dude, I'm going to answer a couple quick ones in the chat. And then we'll go over to the Patreon and just, we could do this again.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Rob.
Cool. Hear from you in a bit. Late.
Okay, bye.
Right on. So let's head back to this thing. Let me see. Eduardo Narvaez asks, why are you so scared to get hit? I mean, it's just like, I don't like to fail. And when I get hit, it means that I failed. He's referring to boxing. I already know Eddie. Eddie's a very good friend of mine, and we box together and all that stuff. It's not that I'm afraid of, I'm not necessarily afraid of getting hurt. It's that the point of the game is to hit and not get hit. And if I'm getting hit, it means I'm doing bad at the game. And I don't like it. You know, luckily when I do get hit, I have an incredible chin, and I've been hit by really, really, you know, humongous punches, and it doesn't do anything to me. I'm able to absorb it. Dudes that I've seen knock other dudes out in sparring with big ass gloves and headgear, and doesn't really hurt me. It's just, I'm not scared to get hurt. I'm scared to fail. I don't like failing. So that's why I get obsessive. That's why I did 31 miles on a bike today. That's why I'm gonna fucking spar hella tomorrow and spar again on Thursday. That's just, you know, I'm a perfectionist. When you have a goal in mind, you gotta fucking achieve it. That's how it works, you know. So there you go. So now let's go over to Buck Wooten again. Connor or Mayweather? I don't know who the fuck Mayweather is, but I assume you're saying Mayweather. I'm not even going to dignify that question with a real response. Get out of here. Show some respect. Let me see. Is Overcome the leaked song Escape the Fate or the Dead Rabbits? I don't even know what you're talking about. Where are we at? So I'll get one more. Got a bunch of weirdos. Bunch of questions I didn't get to. My friend from Russia, I assume it's Russian because of that weird lettering. How long you go to gym? It just depends on the day. Some days I work out for an hour. Some days I work out for 2. It just really depends on the goal. Today I worked out for freaking 6 hours. This is stupid. It just is what it is. You know, it depends how I feel. It depends on what my goal is that day. It usually will average out to 1.5 hours of working out at some point in the day. Lately, I've been working out at least twice a day. In the morning, I'll be lifting and doing some kind of conditioning. In the evening, working on boxing. So it's been like 3 hours a day, roughly, maybe 4 sometimes. That's about what I'm doing right now. Let me see. And one more, and then we're going to bounce, and we're going to head over to Patreon. Where were we at? I missed it. I hate when I see something and then I get, you know, thrown off track. Let me see. It says, when are new songs come in? Sorry, Eva. New songs? I can't tell you when they're coming. They're gonna come when they're fucking ready. How about that? When they're ready, that's when they'll come out. Last question comes from Alexis McIlwain, I guess. McIlwain? I have no idea. Do I like traveling? I used to hate it for a minute, but at this point I do enjoy it. It's harder now that I have kids. It's harder to leave home But once I've, you know, accepted the fact that I'm going to be on tour and I'm going to be doing this for X amount of time, at that point, I'm just in it. So I enjoy the ride. And lately, I've enjoyed it a lot more than I used to. Sometimes it's great to go back and go to a familiar place that I've been to, but that I only get to see once every couple years, eat at certain restaurants and things like that, or, you know, meet fans that I haven't gone to see in years. Those types of things I love. And then sometimes it's going to new places and seeing new sights and seeing like you know, monuments and things like that, things that people pay thousands of dollars to see and they wish that they could be a part of. And maybe one day or one trip in their life, they finally take that trip to go see that specific thing. I get to do that all the time. So I appreciate the fact that I am able to, and I soak it in. So I enjoy going to foreign countries where I don't speak the language and I don't know what kind of food they eat, and I just venture off. And sometimes it's scary because I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get back to my hotel. I don't know how I'm gonna get back to, you know, the venue. It's just like an adventure, and it's exhilarating, and it's really cool because it's only then that you really get to find what life is like for those people and eat the way they do and travel the way they do and things like that. And it's awesome. So lately I actually have really grown to love traveling. It is hard with kids, and you know, it's obviously that's the negative part, is that I have to spend time away from them. But while I'm doing it, yeah, I do enjoy it. So there you go. With that said, guys, we're going to head over to the Patreon only portion of the show. We're going to answer a couple more in-depth questions, and we'll take some more Skype callers. Hopefully you guys will be more ready. You had those questions ready to go, and you just were fucking lame. You guys were fucking been working. Your makeup shit ain't done. Get it together over there. And yeah, so it'll be awesome. I encourage you guys, if you're not a part of it right now, head over to patreon.com/HeyROB. Subscribe. I got signed drumsticks I can get out to you. You know, I'm going to start uploading this box of vintage ETF tapes. We got some awesome stuff. I got behind the scenes tours from all that kind of stuff, and this is all going to be on the Patreon very, very soon. Sorry guys, I'm lagging on it, but this will be all on the Patreon very, very soon, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. It's just taking a while to fucking transfer because this stuff takes time. Let's see what else I got in here. Fucking wow, we got some good. If I don't break them all, dude. What is this? Oh my god. This one right here. Lefty. Look at that. This was my band with Ronnie, before my band with Ronnie and Max, before we became Escape the Fate. We were called Lefty. So that's our high school talent show right there. And our practice. The first time I ever played music with Ronnie. That's fucking crazy, you know. Who knew what it would lead to? All these weird careers and, you know, just so much stuff, man. It's pretty crazy, man. Anyways, I'm out. Eddie asks one last question. Do you trust our game plan? Well, yeah, because our game plan involves plan A, B, and C, and we're not going to need D, but it's got D as well. So there you go. That's how it is. Anyways, we'll see what's up. Can't wait. Fucking head over to the Patreon. It's been awesome. Fucking Fan Mail Monday. Hope to hear from more of you guys in the future. And that is what it is. Peace. See you on Patreon very soon. Later, fuckers.